4 steps that I'm going to go through. And I want you to learn them verbatim. Then I want to use your own personality and your own God-given talents to maybe make this you. Not me, but make it you, because the concept is what's important here, not the way I deliver this message. Step number 1 is to be in a hurry. Understand this. Successful people are busy. And you're going to be successful, and therefore you're going to be busy because you've got this list of names that you're going to begin calling. And if you're going to spend hours with each of them, you're going to spend a lot of time creating busy work for yourself. So remember, successful people are busy, and this is going to be about a conversation that's going to last about 45 seconds or less. If it lasts longer than 45 seconds, that's your first clue that you're doing something wrong. No chit-chat either. We don't care at this particular point about their dog or their vacation that they just took. This is very succinct, and this is what it's going to go like. I'm going to call Tim, and I'm going to begin to set him up to see our presentation. So it'll be, "Hey Tim, this is Dave Watson. Look, I don't have a lot of time right now." See how easy that is? All I did is to tell Tim that I'm busy right now, and he's beginning to get the sense that this is going to be something important because of the way I'm setting this up. Now you might say, you know, my friends might think I'm a little bit crazy if I call and said that. No, they won't. No, they won't, because if you really were in a hurry because there was some emergency or something else that was going on, they wouldn't think that you're crazy. We're trying to create this sense of urgency. So to you, it might be something that's totally new, but trust me on this. You've got to learn and understand that this very, very important point right here sets the stage for what's going to happen next. Step number 2, in my opinion, is probably the most important step of all of them. And it's what we call clear the date. Here's what it's going to sound like. "Hey Tim, this is Dave Watson. Look, I don't have a lot of time right now. Tim, what have you got going this afternoon at 3 o'clock? Now, all I've done is asked him very specifically what he's doing at this particular time of the day. It could be 7 o'clock, could be 9 o'clock, could be any time that you choose, but I just chose 3 o'clock. Now, Tim could do one of 2 things. He could say, "Dave, I've got a meeting at 3 o'clock. I won't be able to make it at that particular time," of which I'll then say, "Tim, no problem. I'll catch you another time." See, my goal is to clear the date. I couldn't clear the date because Tim was busy. I'm going to play to win. If I can't win, I'm not going to play. And so I'm going to leave him at that particular point and come back to him at another particular point. Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Tim's going to wonder, "What's Dave doing?" I'm going to leave it right there because I'm going to try to create this little bit of mystery as to how this whole thing goes. Now, Tim may clear the date for me when I say, "Hey Tim, this is Dave Watson. Look, I don't have a lot of time right now. What are you doing at 3 o'clock this afternoon?" He says, "Dave, I'm free." I just won. Because I know that the more dates that I can clear and the more people are going to see this, the more likelihood that I'm going to grow a large organization within World Ventures. So when they clear the date, that's an immediate victory for me. It's a win, and I want you to know and understand that when you do that, that's your goal of this particular call. Step 3 is this. Back to step 1 first. "Hey Tim, this is Dave Watson. Look, I don't have a lot of time right now. Tim, what do you got going this afternoon at 3 o'clock? Tim is free. I'm immediately going to give him with some excitement in my voice, a little bit of passion, a little bit of belief in my voice, to say, "Tim, look, I've got something that you've got to see." And he'll know, because of the heartfelt nature with which I'm saying these things, that, look, this is serious stuff. And now Tim might say, "Oh, okay, Dave." And I'll immediately let him know, "I need you to be by your computer at 2:55 because I'm going to call you back at 3 o'clock. Now, the only stumble that could happen there is that Tim could say, "Well, Dave, tell me a little bit about it right now." Don't fall into the trap. You've scheduled the time. That's when Tim's going to see this. So you'll immediately fall back to step number 1. If he says to you, "Hey, tell me a little bit about this." "Hey, Tim, here's the problem. I don't have a lot of time right now. We've just scheduled this appointment at 3 o'clock. I'll talk to you at 2:55. You're going to love it then. I'll talk to you then." And of course, step 4 is then to confirm that date. Step 1, be in a hurry. That's your fallback when you get those objections. Step number 2 is to clear the date. Play to win. You can't win, don't play. Once you've cleared that date, you're going to move on to step number 3. Step number 3 is with passion in your voice and some believability in your heart that, "Tim, look, I've got something you've absolutely got to see." Then you're going to confirm that date. These 4 steps have been critical in our success in building World Ventures. Remember, you can't go any further in this business if you can't expose somebody to what it is that we do. Use the 4-step invite, get really good at it. I promise you, it'll work.